Hello, and welcome. I have a thing on my door. Oh well, we'll deal with it. So, music. Yes. Sorry, so it looks like there was a bit of a mix-up with the schedule, and therefore I'm starting an hour late, which is not good. But we'll deal with that as well as we go along. And so back to the fighter thingy, whatever this is. I actually haven't had the chance to work on this all week, so we're exactly where we left off last time I streamed, which was exactly a week ago. So yeah, not much to say, I guess. Just need to get back into it. I think. Let me see. I'm not actually even sure what I'm gonna be doing. I'm quite sorry. This is quite haphazard. Yeah, strike's fine. Hello, trigger finger. Nice to see you. Yeah, whatever. Strike's fine. So I'm trying to think of what exactly I want to be doing next, because that's not. You always want to kind of, because you don't want to jump into details too early. But of course you do have to commit to those at some point, so it's always a bit tricky. There comes this point where you're not sure what you should work on next, or like if you're trying to do broad strokes but then you never sort of commit. That's what I at least find I get stuck on a lot. Pompelsh asks, Void, sitting in that glider, the pilot looks straight in that frontal arc. Will there be screens, or will this vehicle always be steered from third-person view? So the idea is, yes, there will be screens. It might be that it will always be steered from third-person view, no matter what, like, you know, when you're playing. But obviously, I still want to make it make sense, right? So there's gonna be screens. That's the idea. I was gonna take some time during the previous week and design all of this, like how it's controlled, some sort of a joystick thing, and like screens and all that good stuff. And you can see, like, so essentially the concept or the drawing has this thing here as some sort of a control panel. Like, you know, it could have, but I decided this, I'm not really a fan of this. It doesn't really make much sense, so I'll do something else. However, seeing as it's a bunch of work and a bunch of thinking work, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do that this stream either. As I said, unfortunately, I did not get any time to work on this thing. How about an advanced high-tech brain link-up so the pilot sees with the fighter's eyes? Well, I mean, could do, but well, I don't know. Maybe. I mean, yeah, we'll see if we there's a few options. Luckily, I don't have to lock it down to specifics in terms of like the art dictating how gameplay works, or I mean, shouldn't do that really anyway. Gameplay first, and the art kind of has to accommodate. But yeah, so third person is what I'm primarily planning for, but if there's like, you know, it's entirely possible we'll have a first-person camera or first-person view, and in that case it'll, you know, like, you can just attach a camera actor to the nose here, and that should work just fine. Doesn't really need to make a whole lot of sense with the cockpit and everything, right? That could just work as well. We'll have to see how that goes. It's really just whatever works the best. Reminds me of a wedge of cheese. Interesting. Sorry, I'm not seeing it. So this is bothering the this stuff is bothering me. The way this solidifies kind of messy because that's what happens. So I'll clean that up. So I applied my mirror and my solidify, and then I mirrored again, so I don't have to work on it, on all of it. And now it looks like I also need to clean up a lot of this topology, because triangles and stuff, triangles aren't good. And so the only way to really clean up how all of this works here is just by doing it manually. So all of this ugliness, I'll actually just work one piece at a time. All of this ugliness here needs to go. So yeah, it's actually a bit tricky. It's not a nice shape to do stuff with. That can definitely be like that. And I should actually, oh yeah, that's nice. That way, this way I can just do that, I think. Does that make sense to do it? It's the only way to really do it there. So, a bit of an awkward shape. So it's gonna have to be like this. So essentially, these two faces are flat, and then this, because it angles anyway, it's gonna be. People that develop what tools? I'm curious. What do you mean, Pampelsh? So this is really tricky, actually. Annoying. No, it's fine, that's just flat like that. And that should mean something. I can make this flat as well. Can I? No, there's no way I can make this completely flat because of that. So, let's see if I can just use flatten. I kind of can, can't I? Yeah. And then, yeah. So this isn't the most exciting part. Well, let's not pretend a lot of this is exciting anyway, but you know. I think that's how this should work, except for that part. Oh, this is a really awkward thing with the way this stuff here works. Extremely awkward, in fact. I'm gonna have to think about this a little bit. Because if... well, never mind. I suppose it can just be like that. Yeah, sure. I wonder, does that mean I can just sort of... oh yeah. Totally means I can do that. I don't know, this is gonna be, like, this doesn't really matter that much, but I do want to make sure this is, all this stuff at least sort of makes sense, and that certainly doesn't. Alright. Can I just flatten this all the way in? That view? No, not really, because that's awful. Let's spam Control Z and try again. This kind of has to be done in perspective view. Yeah, this is gonna be a bit ugly. Wonder if yeah, okay, that's not good. I just want to make this so that there's no super ugly stuff happening. But I guess this, honestly, this much is fine. Look at this. There's probably some extra stuff. Well, never mind. Right. Art is life. High stealth. Can I just get away with that? Probably can, for the most part. Yeah, just sort of eyeball that, at least for now. And with having done that, I can now clean this piece up that I had before. Apply my modifiers, mirror it again. I can just vertex snap everything here. Like that. Is that? Alright. And whatever's happening on the underside doesn't really matter. Oh, hold on, is that really? Oh, okay. That should not be like that at all. I don't need to worry about too much about whatever's happening here on the inside, obviously, because that's all covered up. But I do want it to exist nonetheless. Well, I guess it doesn't really even need to. What does need to exist is just the rims, sort of. Wait. Oh, there we are. Okay. Hello. Sorry. I seem to be a bit of a retard. Oh. Right. Yeah. So trying to desperately trying to think of think about what I need to be doing next in order to yeah, because you always want to, like I said earlier, you want to sort of go from large to small details and not get caught on stuff. And so I think I'll separate those so I have a bit of an easier time here. And if I was gonna be really smart about this, I'd use something like an array and just work on one of these little pieces of this bar thing. But I think I'll be fine. There's only 3 anyway. So I need to figure this stuff out. Anyway, I think I kind of started on this last time. And I guess I got at least somewhere because excuse me. Because I've at least got sort of this split here happening. But it's a bit tricky. How was it? Okay, so as I thought, the blockout model doesn't really help me in this regard because it sort of just bashes things in there. Right. So it's just some sort of a latch thing. I have no clue what I'm gonna model there actually. And that's too tricky for my brain right now. So let's not bother with that. Let's do something with the engine instead, because I had a thought about this where I would maybe I don't know if this is gonna work, but I'll try. Do this sort of yet another layer of stuff here. So, well, I guess it can't come up any more than that. This isn't gonna really work, is it? Maybe if I like cut out some sections. I'll actually. What are my keybinds? Let's see. Let's checker deselect. Yeah, that's what I thought. So selected edge rings. Checker deselect. That way I can get rid of half of the edge loops. So there's less stuff for me to worry about. And I don't know if this makes any sense. The answer is no. So let's not do that. something here. It's probably gonna be really weird and not work, but let's try it. The answer is also no. I kind of want this to be beefier, just a little bit, as much as I can make it, which isn't much because it starts clipping into the wing otherwise. But maybe that's enough. It'll probably be okay, honestly. That's one safe thing I can do, I suppose. There's this little, tiny little thing there on the wing. That, very exciting. Let's do that. It's not really centered in the drawing, but why would it not be centered? So, yeah, let's make it centered. It'll probably be, let's see, shape kind of works out weirdly there due to a bunch of things, but what I do know from the get-go is that I want it to be a separate piece instead of merging it into this larger shape. So to deal with that, actually I wonder, I want to experiment with this first. That was something. Probably IRC. Let's close IRC and hope it isn't that. Anyway, kind of want to experiment with this wing being like that, just instead of that weird thick thing. Oh wait, no, it can't be because of this light thingy, those stripes that's happening there, so never mind that. I love you all. Yes, I love you too. Peace and love and all that good stuff. Is this straight? Yes, things are straight here, so I can do that. And then that. And get what I want, because I want it to be straight. Actually, that doesn't really work out either. Never mind. Let's do it this way. I'm gonna extrude that. Is that what I want either? Not really. Another approach is needed. I'll make the piece first and then make the hole later, which is the smarter thing to do anyway. But it's good that I had those lines there. There's no reason to get rid of them actually. Since they gave me accurate measurements and made it centered. So it'll be something like that, I suppose. Maybe a bit more. Oh wait, that's not good. So that's right. Normals are dumb. I'm gonna have to do it that way. Just making use of weird tricks to what am I doing? That's what I'm doing. Making use of weird tricks to scale things, or to well, to get the geometry behave in the way that I need to. So that'll probably be something like that. Actually, let's do that a bit more clean, so it'll be more like that. And like that. Yeah, that'll be pretty good, and I think should I just bevel these and let it be like that? I'm not really feeling that, honestly. What are my other options? I can just do this instead, at least to try it. So I'll cut it down the middle to get a straight line, and then I beveled it to maintain that straight line, and then I'll do that. Well, that was dumb. I don't know what I thought that would work. Obviously, it doesn't. Right. Could I pull that off? I kind of want to make like a weird cut, but this isn't straight on any axis, so that becomes tricky. Oh, well. Okay, so I'm stupid, and I can just do that. Oh, I do need those. So those just can act as a blocker, and then you can get that done. And I think, yeah, okay, so for some reason it did that, but then I can just sort of eyeball this. Oops. Yeah, okay. I'll just sort of slide. No, I shouldn't do that. Like that. And then I shouldn't really need those. I think that's pretty much the shape I was going for. Yeah, that'll probably work. Or just fine. Kinda. No, okay, yeah, no, it's fine. Do that and move it along its normal. Oh god, I always forget to mute my phone. Right. Now I want to make a hole for this. There's a few ways I could do that. I think the easiest will be to simply intersect boolean. Ooh, no. Intersect knife. There we go. That'll do a bunch of weird stuff to it that I probably actually, yeah, okay, let's not do that. I'll separate it instead, duplicate and hide the other one. and then just boolean it. Bam. Now booleans are messy. You see, I got a whole bunch of n-gons and bad geometry. But they help you in situations like this where it would have been hard for me to, get this. Like, that's how I find, like, that's the good thing about booleans, is like, I didn't really have to struggle to make this like manually, this subtraction. I got exactly the shape I wanted, and now I just need to clean up the geometry to fit that. And I could have, like, you can get, you can make the geometry like more suitable, your base geometry. That's gonna happen as I thought it would. Anyway, yeah, and you can always sort of you can make your base geometry a lot better for booleaning to begin with. I think I can just, yeah, I'll just do that. Would be nice if these were, like, I was able to make these all this just go straight, because I'm a bit PTSD, what am I saying? I'm a bit OCD about that. I don't know why I said PTSD. Maybe I'm just that stressed. Anyway, but doesn't really matter. So we'll do that. I'll also make an inset because there's a glowy little light there. Shad IDK. Hello, Shad. Where are the boobs? Well, not here. I'm sure there's other Twitch channels you can find boobs at. Yes. Exactly. Art PTSD. Huh. So this isn't completely straight, much like trigger finger. But that'll do the trick. Well, rules are meant to be broken or something. And because I like rounded squares, that is what I'll do there. And inset, give that some depth. Okay, for some reason. Oh, is it? It's too much. Let's just eyeball it. That's fine. And do that and that. Something that gives us this. Do I have a glowy thing? I have a glowy thing. It's my placeholder glowy material. Yeah, sure, that'll work for now. The geo got really messy here, but it doesn't really matter. I know how to deal with that. Yeah. Actually, now that I'm looking at making glowy things anyway, I might as well do it here too. So that's gonna be a bit of a weird one. We've got, well, supposedly, these aren't even, but supposedly we'd want, even sort of diagonal-ish glowy lines. in some sort of an inset, and the lighter grey makes me think metal, so I think that's where I'll go with. Right, it's gonna be interesting. Gonna get rid of these edges, even though it's kind of nice to have there, but I want to be able to sort of work on this side of it, or to be able to add edge loops and for them to be evenly spaced. And if I have those, you know, these are sort of, I mean, they kind of look evenly spaced, but I want it to be just right. I don't know why I'm doing this one. Anyway, yeah. So evenly spaced. There's gonna be a lot of faces. Actually, oh, that's right. That's a good point, brain. I shouldn't do that because I want an inset. Actually, let's just Control G back here because right. So there's probably stuff happening underneath as well. I'm still not really sold on this weird thing where these are like flat on the bottom. So it could be that I end up changing that, which I should probably think about now before anything else. Yeah. Tricky stuff. Right, I think so. It's sort of against my nature to make something sort of almost even in thickness, but not quite. But I think that's actually the best thing I can do for that. So I'll do the same thing there. And I still need to figure out what's even happening here. And then now we see that, well, I did that, but now I've got this weird thing here. So I need to think of something there as well. Anyway. Actually, yeah. Let's look at this then. Because I think something like a bevel can kinda make it flow better while not being the exact same thing. I'm not sure. Maybe that's just fine. There's no really good way to do this. Unless I make some sort of weird cut whereby something weird happens. How would I do that? Yeah, I'm not so sure about that. Maybe not. I will not worry about it yet. We'll get back to that. I want to get back to my little inset thingy with glowy things in it. So inset, make sure the depth's 0. Like that. Now this This almost looks like there's a sort of a lining, like some sort of a trim there. I want to kind of make it like a rubber lining thing. I think that would be neat. And you may have seen me do those before on some mortar streams, but those were a while ago. Yeah, I think I'll do that. So now notice this time I am actually keeping those because I know they won't really bother me. Alright. Right. Like it, very nice, takes a little weight away from the glider. Do you mean doing this with the wings? I'm not sure what you're referring to there. Sorry, Pamposh. Anyone? In all caps? To which shall reply, everyone. I wanna make bevels in the corners though. This will kind of mess up the topology-ish, but I can always clean that up. I'm mostly interested in shapes right now, so I'll do that. Actually, let's go back on to this because I want to make it an inset instead of a straight extrude. Right, the part that I undid. Yeah, okay, Pamposh. Like I said, I'll look at that later. I'm insetting this so that this resulting angle here isn't the 90-degree angle. Generally you want to kind of avoid 90-degree angles, especially on details, just because they don't end up sort of catching the light the same way, which is really what, you know, makes you see them. So I angled it a little bit. I could have done it a bunch of other ways, but I did it actually. Show you another way. Instead of the inset, I'll extrude it. Right. Better get rid of those n-gons so I can use all my operations properly. Right, that doesn't really work. I'll outset this, and that way I can get a bevel there, and that kind of works to the same effect, like so. So now I'm getting to the part where, right, okay, so first of all, actually I think this will be a nice little yeah, so I'll do that. That was kind of unnecessary actually. Let's connect some of these verts. I think what will happen here is I'll sort of duplicate this, flip the normals, show only it, fill that in, and this way I'll get a plate that goes into that hole, but then I'll sink it in a little bit so I don't completely lose that. And I can always sink it in a bit more if I want to. in some materials again for definition. I want to sort of see what I'm working with early on. This is getting real thin. Not that really matters, but yeah, bit tricky. Working with really small details. I'll make my rubber lining that I was planning on now, so I'm again duplicating that whole ring of faces. I'll separate it just for the heck of it, take it into another object. Let's make it red just so it shows up a bit. You can decide on the color later, and these aren't really final materials anyway, it's just so I can get a sense of what I'm working with. So I'll do that, solidify inwards like that, and I've got a nice little lining. Delete some unnecessary stuff like that. Is it a land vehicle like Drive Cycle? No, this is a flying one-person thingy, such as your Shrike from Tribes. It's the closest thing. Yeah, the exact gameplay details, of course, TBD, but yeah. So, got a little lining there. Kind of got the tough part now of deciding on the or not really tough, just annoying, getting these these slanted lights here for the insets, or yeah, I need to, because I'm actually, we'll see. So just sliding them along that edge to get them like that. Yeah. Except that if I start sliding them that way, then that'll happen, so that's not good. Looks like you can get it sniped or shot out of it pretty easily with the open sides of the seat, I guess, but let's be honest. Well, first of all, in case you didn't know, the sniper or the railgun in midair is not a hit scan weapon, so it's not exactly easy to hit stuff. And yeah, you know, it's a fast vehicle, so I wouldn't be too concerned about that. I doubt that's really like a game-breaking thing. I kind of want to... I'm not sure. Right, I'll do this. Oh wait, that doesn't make any sense. I'll just deal with this not being perfect. Don't really need to model this like super perfectly. But I'll do that. Just select all those and bevel them. And I've pretty much got what I want. However, it doesn't... Am I just like... Is my mind playing tricks on me, or is the slant getting more intense as we go that way? I think it is. Which I should have expected. Can I just... No. Not that. If I do that, well... Okay, so... Let's just know. Never mind. Working on things that aren't really aligned on any of the cardinal axes can get a bit annoying because you can't take advantage of those, so you can't really move things in a straight manner. So I'll do that. Then I think what I'll do first, just to sort of try this out, just to see what it looks like, is that. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I think that'll work. So I might as well make little insets for them since I'm already here. Already this far. Yeah. So I'll bevel this because that's where that way I know that it'll be equal there. After which I can fix it around here, if it's fixable. Is it doing that? Is there another way? I'll just select all of these and scale them. Yes, I can. Like that. So then I think I'll actually scale them all up a tiny bit because I'll be making little insets like that. Or interesting. Look at that, this isn't completely flat. So I increase my threshold, and because this is just sunken in, it doesn't really matter if I actually, yeah, it should be enough. Are you going to be working on all the vehicles in the game because the attention to detail is appreciated? Probably. We'll see. So, I mean, I am kind of the art lead, so I do work on a lot of the important stuff. In case you didn't know, I made or modeled all the weapons so far, and a bunch of the other important things. It's hard to say if I'll be working on all of them. Just depends on if I need to. If someone else can pick it up and I don't have to do it, then that might also work. What am I doing? How do I get those without... Is there any way for me to... I want to select all of those little... Actually, do I? No, I don't. I can just leave them. that. Assign the glowy thing. Oh, actually, what do I want to do? No, yeah, never mind. Assign that and select coplanar because I kind of want a bit of a bevel. Again, don't really want the 90-degree angles as they yeah, since they ruin things. This is stuff that you really should. You can see me sort of struggling to think about smarter ways to select all of these rather than having to do what I just did, which is select all of them individually. But yeah, so now I've got that. Yeah, that will work for now. I'll need to subdate at some point. That's kind of cool. Actually, I sort of put that red there just to make that little lining there pop, but I kind of like it. Wonder if I leave it like that. Or actually, let's duplicate this. Make like an orange thing. See if that works. Cause that could also work. Yeah. Not really happy with how this turned out, but actually I can just fix it. Or can I? Oh, look at that. That's also not optimal. Obviously don't want it poking through there. I know you're pain. I would have gone the 3D route with my career, but I just have no patience for it. Oh well, I have the patience. I've been doing this for a lot of hours, but well. Oof, this is gonna be ugly. Don't really want to do it, but I'll try. And honestly, I can kind of just eyeball it and it'll be good enough so that you won't ever be able to tell that things aren't perfectly straight. Like that. And then just fix these. Oh, interesting. Yeah, well, this edge flow is awful, but I'll be able to just get away with it, honestly. Not too worried, because there's not really anything else I need to do with this piece. Actually, something I haven't decided yet is whether or not, I mean, we've got this sort of these paint patterns here on the wings, and I haven't really decided yet whether I want to model these or if I'll just paint them when I texture this thing. I think it'll probably be the latter. Seems like a lot of filling with tiny edges and gaps and all sorts of angles you have to consider because of shading and stuff. Yeah, well, I mean, honestly, this is just still quick stuff. Like, I'm not having to worry. Not even worrying about all the really painful stuff. Like or like any technical BS that I might have to worry about. Not happy with that. So I want this to go like like that, but at the same time, I really don't. What is the solution here? Oh, well, yeah, that doesn't have to go all the way. So this is what I was trying out earlier. I wasn't too sold on it. Pompel said he liked it, and I think yeah, that'll work. Well, you can see I'm not worrying too much. Like, this isn't messy geo, and I mean, still very rough. When I get to, well, luckily I've got the know-how, like, you know, I'm comfortable enough within the program to not get defeated by things like messy geometry and what's not. That's not good. So it looks like due to something, actually, this whole thing really not going like I want it to go, which I think should be more like, oh, look at that, okay, misjudged it. Let's make it more like that. Will that ever work? That's the question. Like, in terms of shading and stuff, I'm not, like you mentioned, that's not really anything I'm considering yet, luckily. Although, well, like I said, I don't really run into issues with that. You know, you can, once you've got all the tools and you know how to use them, it's not like controlling something like shading isn't too bad. This is ugly. What happens if I simply flatten the whole thing? I'll have to apply my mirror for that. But if I just take all of this and flatten, oh god, okay. Can I even make that work? Not really. Oh, it's annoying. Yeah, not a fan of how this whole thing works. So that, and yeah, I don't know. I think this is okay. I'm not happy with how this one's wider. So let's try to do something about that. I can probably just eyeball it. Or can I? Hopefully I can. Hopefully this doesn't screw me too much if I do this. It shouldn't. No, there's no reason why it would. This is also where I'll move these edges around a bit. Although, well, this stuff is ugly. to work with this quite a bit until I get it to smooth nicely, or perfectly, I should say. It'll do fine just with this. Like if I select all those sharp corners and crease them and subdivide this, works fine. Well, it doesn't work fine because then you get stuff like that. Right. Let's see, what else should I do right now? Where are the flame stripes? Well, nah. That'll be $4.99. For the matte black version with flames. Maybe there should be like that. There should be 4 of these. Is that too much? It's a bit too much. Think you'll have like a Jetson style bubble around the cup, or will it remain open? It'll remain open. Yeah, no bubble. I guess that means that you need to be a super pro and learn to snipe people out of strikes, or whatever this thing's name will be. The stork, right? That's what we ended up with last time. It'll be the stork. The most glorious of all birds. Yes, the stork. Sorry, the S-T-O-R-K. Big engine thing, or jet thing, whatever. Not really engine. Turbine, whatever. English. So what am I gonna do? Now, there's this interesting little split happening here. I think I'll do that. Yeah, it's just a little cut. It's not nothing too special. All of that, it also makes it a bit awkward because of like there's these nonsensical material splits happening here, right? Like you've got, I don't know, dark material, then white material, but then just the material split. So I don't know. Poison tip wings, of course. It's in the lore. So how do I do this? I think I'm gonna wanna apply my subdivision. Probably, maybe. Oh, hello. That's not supposed to happen. And those end up getting broken anyway. A lance sticking out for jousting dogfights. I like that. I like that. But it does have a nasty little metal thing here, you know. Imagine this hitting the back of your head at, 300. That's gonna hurt. As well as this little nose. It's also very sharp. And it has guns. I think guns are a bit more effective than lances in general. Think about a medieval jousting fight. I think if you've got a gun, you'll probably win that. Yeah, so do I apply my subdivision? Yeah, why not? And it's gonna complain because it wasn't the modifier on top, but that doesn't really matter. What I want is just... God, that's painful. Don't really have a way. Clearly I haven't. So I can see a lot of weird shit happening now with because I'm subdivided it, but it's absolutely fine. I can just, well, yeah, the geo doesn't really matter that much, as long as it's, or should I say, the geo on flat surfaces doesn't matter. Yeah. Anywho, what I need is to have an edge loop that's equal distances. The question is this face here? It is not. Can I slide it with that? I can. Perfect. That gets me what I need. And after that, I'll sort of make another one there. These act as sort of guides more than anything. And that overlaps there, which isn't a big deal. Hold on, how does that work? Right. So this might be a bit trickier than I thought. So it's about, I'll say it's roughly here, but it does sort of that, but then it goes underneath and does something here. Maybe we'll go there. So, you know, now I just need to make it work from every direction instead of just this, because it, you know, exists in three-dimensional space, like most things in this world. Although some people seem to exist in 4 dimensions, like Proj. I think someone might be streaming pugs right now, actually. Let's see. I know they're trying. Okay, I guess not. I think they're trying to play pugs at least. Who knows? Anywho. Yes, I've got this split going on and that works fine. But as for the rest of how this works, the shape works, I have no idea yet. So it's gonna be interesting. I think I can get rid of those. Again, that edge loop doesn't really do anything. You know, it doesn't affect the shape of it. So it's better to just get it out of the way for now. Whereas, you know, I can't really be deleting these because that'll obviously affect the shape. Right. I don't know why I'm looking at the concept. That doesn't really give me anything. It doesn't give me any new information. I wonder if I should just do that all the way here. And then I'll just roughly cut it so I can let's see, okay, so we've got those there. Could be neat if so what if the split goes like that? All the way across, or all the way around, I should say. I can sort of test this by adding the white. Although, alright, so it's fine there. I'm not really sold on this. Also, it doesn't really help that there isn't really straight. Now it should be. And yeah, so the like I was saying, the materials here in this don't really make any sense with it being sort of dark to white to dark again. It's really the fact that this top part here is dark that it doesn't quite make sense. Even if you painted it like that, I don't know. So then I suppose I'll need to decide whether or not. I think what will probably happen is this will just be all white instead. Yeah, carbon fiber. Carbon fiber is the classic. I don't know. Don't really need to think about too much. Like think about materials, other than or like when I talk about materials, I may refer to things like plastic and stuff, but really, obviously, they don't need to be plastic. What it just means is that, or like when I say plastic, really what I mean is something that looks like plastic, so that it has the surface properties of what plastic looks like. And there's a lot of plastic-ish materials, if you think about like sci-fi shit. Maybe I'll do that instead. Yeah, so that's looking good, I think. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go forward with this, and so I'll make this split real. Select all of those, do that, so I've got this. And so the reason why I want to make these be like real objects with some thickness to them. Who created the concept art again? Do you coordinate them while modeling? So in this instance, no, not really, because like it's already, like this is a lot more finished than a lot more refined than what I often get, because this was like cleaned up for use in marketing and stuff. But so usually the concept thing for this, as with a whole bunch of stuff on the project, was done by Farron, I think is his name online, Justin O'Brien, our concept artist, as well as Fuzzy Tank, Cofield King, who is our other concept artist slash 3D generalist. So they sort of worked together, as they often do. between each other, like between the two of them. Usually, you know, they'll go, you know, rough sketches first and then the 3D block out, like, so this is the 3D block out. That was done based on some sketches. This was done by Cofield. And then he took it again and drew on top of it. Anyway, the point is, so they worked together on it, as they have done on a lot of things, and then the rest of the team, you know, can have input and criticism and all that. Oh yeah, I mean, especially, well, yeah, it's, I don't really need any less than this or any more than this, and it's, you know, because it doesn't have to be 100% refined. It's not like, I don't know, something weird's happening there. There's like an extra edge or something. Okay. I noticed no steering wheel. Is it mind controlled? Yes, is the answer. No, it isn't mind controlled. So you can see there's like a control panel thing here. However, I'm kind of ditching that. And so what I was actually talking about last week, when I worked on this on stream, was that I'd try to spend some time off stream and figure out some nice looking controls, like maybe joystick things on the sides or something, I don't know, you know, something here, that sort of, I don't know, some sort of thing. Anyway, I never ended up having time to do that because I had to work on a bunch of other things, so I kind of came in cold today and I didn't have that. So yeah, I'll figure it out, don't you worry. Won't be a steering wheel, but it won't be mind controlled either. As cool as it would be to have like a bunch of cables here going into your character's brain, you know, squigglies. But no. And yeah, that also addresses the whole thing people have asked multiple times, which is about the, you know, if you're sitting here, you can't really see much because there's a thing blocking your view. But the answer is screens, either here or sort of in a way that they come off here and then sort of are in front of you like that. So yeah. Anyway, but there's, so, and why I say like it's less refined is also because I just like tend to jump in a bit, or at least in the past have sort of jumped in a bit earlier. So it's not really that I'm getting, like, I'm not getting enough or getting less, it's just that you know, I jump in earlier, and you know, start helping figure things out, and like doing 3D blockouts, for example, is something that was very much something I had to really twist our guys' arms to get them to do, but it just helps a lot. It helps everyone, honestly. It helps people just make better concepts because they'll think about it in 3D. And yeah, I don't know. My mind is drifting. Please help. Half an hour left, by the way. Just FYI. What am I doing next? Oh yes, I was working on this. So yeah, actually I guess I can show this. So the reason why I'm making sort of like that I can't just do this is because when I make the final thing and I subdivide it, what I kind of want is to have something like that, except not that. Like if I, let's see, if I just solidify, but I only do only rim, give it some thickness in the other way direction. -1 centimeter. Okay, that doesn't really work at all. Never mind that. It's the smartest way for me to do this. That, and then inset, and then delete. Right, that kind of does the trick, honestly. Except not really, because it gives me awful stuff like this.